What's happening, YouTube? Today's video is really just a random little topic I wanted to talk about. I was here in this studio that I like to rent out where I do record a lot of exercise tutorial videos for you guys. And by the way, if you haven't checked those out, you can go ahead and do so right here. And you know, I realized that I mentioned quite a few of the same cues throughout every exercise. And it really got me thinking, maybe I should just make a video to clarify the air with this right now. So this video is going to be titled 2 things that you have to do, or the 2 most important things you need to do when lifting weights. That's going to be the title. And basically, it's going to be, like I said, if you watch those videos, something I mention all the time. If you know me in person as the coach, you'll hear me say it all the time, all right? And we're going to go over the first thing. The first thing is keeping the core tight. Now, a lot of people don't understand what this means, and that's totally fine because core tight is pretty vague, right? So let's go over what core tight means. So in order to activate your core and keep it tight, us as trainers, we like to use something called cues, mental cues that help you realize whether or not you're actually doing what you're supposed to be doing. So in this case, keeping the core tight, the mental cue I always use, because I feel like it never fails, is imagine you're gonna get punched in the stomach and you have no choice but to take it. So if you're doing an exercise and somebody's gonna come punch you in the stomach, right now I'm bracing, just from the thought of it, right? You're gonna brace and make it tight. You might hunch forward just ever so slightly, and that's fine. That's gonna create tension in your intra-abdominal muscles, okay? And something called the transverse abdominis, which is your real core, okay? Your core is not the ab muscles sticking out of your body, okay? Or not sticking out of your body, depending if you got that fat layer or not. The transverse abdominis is the core muscle that we always refer to as the core. So that's gonna be a muscle that actually is wrapped. It's like the inner belt is what a lot of people like to refer to it as. It's a belt that your body has naturally created for you. Okay, so that's the transverse abdominis. This is worked in things like plank, for example. So it's really the core. It's not something that you're using to crunch, but it's what defends you from a punch, what you know, keeps you stable in certain scenarios, what keeps your balance when you feel like you're gonna fall off balance. That's what's working to catch your balance, right? So again, the mental cue is brace, like somebody's gonna punch you in the stomach, okay? If that doesn't work, another thing you can think of is pulling your belly button in towards your back. Try to pull your belly button towards your back, okay? When people do that, they'll usually tense up the core. Once that's good, why do we want to keep the core tight? Basically, it's because this is where all your strength is coming from. It's called the core for a reason. I told you the real name, transverse abdominis, but for short, we call it the core because this is the foundation, okay? You need a strong core, you need it to be activated at all times in order to effectively lift weights or effectively exercise in general. So the core is number one. The core is number one. It's gonna make sure that your spine is supported throughout exercises, and this is very important through every exercise, okay? Because let's be honest, lifting weights can be dangerous. It can be, okay? If you got a coach like myself present, or you know, a trainer or whatever, somebody who knows what they're doing, then you'll be fine. But on your own, you still wanna make sure that you're able to activate that core and keep yourself supported and safe. Now, the second thing that is just as important is retracting the scapula. Again, you'll hear me say this all the damn time. Retract the scapula. What does that mean? First of all, people walk around like this. Retract the scapula. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Okay, now a cue for this. In between every rep if you need to. That's fine. Let's say you're deadlifting. Sometimes I'll get clients that do this in between every single rep. When you come up, they're here. Okay, pull your shoulders up, back, and down. Your chest is sticking up. That's another cue. Your chest should be sticking up. When you stick your chest up, even if you did this, your shoulder blades are coming back. Okay, so keep that in mind. Scapula retracted is gonna keep your shoulder blades safe, your chest safe from injury, your shoulder, your rotator cuff safe from injury whenever doing pressing or pulling exercises, as well as it's gonna keep your back and spine in a neutral position. Mix this in with the support from your core, and you will be lifting safely and effectively on any exercise, squats, deadlifts, bench press, you know, Olympic lifting, any deadlift, shoulder pressing, curls, curls, if your shoulders are forward, your back's gonna start feeling something, you know? So keep the scapula retracted, okay? Very important. Those are the two things that you always have to keep in mind when lifting. Use those mental cues, all right? I hope this helped out. If it did, go ahead and leave a comment below. Let me know, you know, what else you'd like to see on the channel, or if you have trouble doing this, if you need some more mental cues, I'll go ahead and respond in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Share with your friends, because I feel everybody needs to know this information. And go ahead and subscribe for all of your fitness related content. That's it, guys. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out. See you in the next video.